There's a couple of zombie movies that I like to come back to and watch again and again. And today I would like to share with you Shaun of the Dead. It's one of them. Hi, I'm Cristopher Zamora and I make horror videos. I talk about horror movies, horror characters, basically anything horror related. So if you guys like that, make sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel and keep watching. I think the very first time I watched this movie was probably in my band class. It was probably when I was in 7th or 8th grade. My band teacher, he played this movie for us. I forgot his name, but yeah, he actually let us watch this movie. Cause since he was a big zombie fan, it was close to Christmas and New Year's. And so on the last few days of school, he let us watch it. And I gotta say, man, I was entertained with this movie. And I had no idea that this same movie had the same director who directed Baby Driver. His name is Edgar Wright. I actually do enjoy his movies a lot. I've seen all of them, basically all of his main ones that he has created. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End, and of course, the one that just came out last year, Last Night in Soho. To be honest, I gotta say, I like every single movie he has made so far, but my favorite is Baby Driver. I don't know, it has a lot of action, and I just like his transitions he uses in his movies. But coming back to the Shaun of the Dead, this movie is one of a kind. For its time, it was something new that nobody has ever seen. Like around this time period, there were horror movies just coming out from zombies. There was like no other genre mixed with it. There was no science fiction, a little bit of drama maybe, but there were no other movies that were comedic like Shaun of the Dead. The first priority of Shaun of the Dead was to make this movie as a comedy horror. First they focus on the comedy and then they try to make it as a horror. And with those transitions that Edgar Wright uses, it was very creative how he used the camera work and all the sound effects combined together. And another reason why is because Shaun, the main character in the movie, he's just a regular guy that works at a TV place, and he's not like a secret agent or like a lawyer or anything like that. He's just a regular guy just working at a TV place and just minding his own business. And I think that's why it kind of worked as well. Since he was like just having relationship issues, like people can relate to that. Not only was Shaun was the main thing about this movie, but his friends and his girlfriend, they were very likable characters. It was good to actually see this movie become a very popularized movie. And maybe this was probably maybe the first British zombie movie I've seen. I've probably seen a couple of other TV shows that were in British before, but this one was probably the third or fourth movie I've actually seen that had British people on it. The first two was maybe Harry Potter. That's about it, but this one was pretty good as well. And now for the zombies. These zombies are slow. They're not fast. They're just very slow, but somehow they still catch up to people and eat their face. What made this movie work is that throughout the movie, Shaun knew that something was wrong, but like every single time that he tries to figure out what's happening next, he always it gets interrupted by somebody. Yeah, that's what I noticed when I watched this movie again. It's like very comedic and it works well with horror films. That's like the funny part about this movie. I don't believe their intention was to make it as a parody, but like it's its own movie. Like say Austin Powers, they have their own unique character that they bring to the table and they make the movie as their own. And that's how they did it with Shaun of the Dead in a way. They brought their own character, a regular guy, and then he just becomes like a superhero throughout the movie. And he becomes the leader of his own group and stuff. This is a movie that I can come back to from time and time again. I actually have this movie on DVD. DVD was just a major thing at the time. You know, at first when I first saw this, not the movie, but the actual cover of the DVD itself, I was a little bit scared. I was scared that maybe this was another movie like Dawn of the Dead, because even the name of the title is it's just like that. It's called Shaun of the Dead, and the one that came out in 2004 was Dawn of the Dead. I thought it was another horror movie just like that, but no. When my band teacher showed us this movie, it had a little bit of horror on it, but it was supposed to be mostly a comedy horror. So I was a bit surprised, and I loved the movie ever since. Throughout the movie, Shaun wants to get back with his girlfriend. They broke up around the first 20 minutes of the movie. His plan was actually to go get her and to go to the Winchester, which is his favorite place to go to. But like, things did not go as planned. Her friends, they were going with her too, and he had to as well pick up his mom from his stepdad. He thought at first that his stepdad was going to turn into a zombie. He was right that he was going to turn, but it was actually a bit after. He thought that he was gonna find his stepdad as a zombie once he got to his mom's house. But no, that's not how the movie actually did go. Probably just like 5 minutes later, he got bitten by a zombie, and then that's how he just turned into a zombie in the car when they were trying to get out of it. Yeah. This movie works because they know it's a horror movie, but it's also a comedy type of movie. Maybe it's one of the first that try to do it like this. Comedy horror. Like I said before in my other video, there's not that many comedy horrors today. Maybe Zombieland, but that's like probably the only movie I've seen by far that have actually tried to make a comedy horror work together, other than Shaun of the Dead. The actor who plays as Shaun, his name is Simon Pegg, and also his main friend called Ed, played by none other than Nick Frost. I believe they're very good friends in real life, because they have actually had a couple of movies together. They made Paul, which was the Alien movie that they made together, and they also came out on The World's End, which is another sci-fi type of movie that is kind of similar to Shaun of the Dead in a way. And they also made Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz was I don't know, it's kind of the one of my least favorites. Like, I didn't really remember what happened on that one. Maybe I was too young and I just saw it one time. That's about it for that movie. But them together, I think they have like the best chemistry. It's like saying Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, both of them work together in Rush Hour, and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, they both work together in Shaun of the Dead very well. They have very good chemistry, and that's why I believe the characters that they played them very well, and I think that's why the movie actually worked as well. And I actually like the main climax of the whole movie, when all the zombies are coming through the doors in the windows from the Winchester. They were all just panicking, and they were all trying to fight all of them all at once. It was just an insane moment, and I think that's why I actually liked the movie. And also when they face to face the owner the owner of the Winchester, the part where Shaun was trying to hit the guy with the pool stick, and then the girl was throwing darts at them, and by accident Shaun got hit with one of them. That was like another very memorable moments of the movie itself, and I liked it, man. A few movies fail to keep you entertained. Shaun of the Dead is one of the few that makes you want to watch the whole thing all over again, and it keeps your eyes glued to the TV at all times, and I believe that's why it worked as well. And by the ending of the movie, both Liz and Shaun, they made it out of the outbreak. That's all I gotta say about Shaun of the Dead. It's one of the few comedy horror movies that I enjoy watching. Alrighty guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. If you want to follow me on my other social medias, links will be on the description below. And as always, guys, take care and live to the fullest.